bonjour, mais ma français ce n'est pas bon. Je vais faire de mon mieux. Je suis très juré aujourd'hui. Je suis très... I can't think when you're looking at me. I'm a little disappointed because I expected people to speak more French here, but in Toronto, I think people speak more Asian languages than they do English. In fact, I didn't know this, but Toronto's the most ethnically diverse, one of the most ethnically diverse cities in the world. I'm going to go to Concord, Ontario to visit my friend here in Toronto who invited me to her family's house for Thanksgiving. I was talking to a British guy last night at a place called Say What. I had a dish. It was called a tortelluse. I had a mill organic lager, which is I'm going to have to start drinking more out of my comfort zone because they don't have Miller Lite in Canada. The biggest fear that I had, I think, when I took off was that...
Prepare to turn right.
Was that I would be finding myself alone a lot of the time, which I am, but I'm only alone for the times I'm in the place I'm staying. I asked somebody where...
Turn right in 300 yards.
She's going to keep doing that. Other people...
Now turn right.
All right, fine! Like last night I sat down at a bar and the guy next to me ordered the exact same meal.
Follow the road for 7 miles.
Okay. That means you'll be quiet for 7 miles, right? And we just got to talking, and he was Polish originally, then he moved to London, and he had a job, but that allowed him to travel a little bit. So I'm never alone. I'm always having a conversation with somebody. And part of the reason is because you have to start a conversation with somebody. People like to talk. They'd like to have a conversation with someone new. And I am going to fix that. So getting back to what I was talking about, which is how lovely it is, what I'm doing today is, I remember somebody told me in Los Angeles once, when I was feeling a little down, if you want to reach out to me, reach out. And I did, and it's scary to hit your fears, your anxieties, your concerns head on. It's scary to talk about them. But when you do, it's just always amazing what you get back in return. You get it all back in return somehow. And this is a great example of that. You know, opening your hands to the world and just being amazed by what it just places there for you. And it does just place it there for you. I mean, you do have to look for it. You can't just wander around and hope for these kind of things to happen. You've got to be proactive about it. You have to engage people. You have to present yourself in an open fashion. I had to say yes, and that's the point. You have to say yes to everything. I don't want to get into cliches about yes man movies or any of that shit, because I don't want to be labeled as a yes man. But I don't want to say no to anything either. And every day's been great, honestly. Now, maybe perhaps that will fade. You know, maybe I'm just in like I'm in the first few hours of a new relationship with the world. I'm doing exactly what I did when I traveled the first time around, which was just basically open my heart and open my mind and open my eyes, and I'm being rewarded. Toronto is an amazing city.
Canada!
Some of you may know, some of you may not know, I got in an accident 2 days ago on my bike. I was taking the bike trail down by the water in Toronto, east. I went east. And everyone's biking there and walking and rollerblading. Oh, that's another interesting thing about Toronto. Toronto, I think, believes it's 1985 because everyone's rollerblading. I think normally they have Thanksgiving a little earlier than we do because Canada's winters are so rough, they might as well do it now while it's not Arctic conditions. Other than that, I have no idea why they do it. The traditions are the same: turkey, drunk, trying to get along with family, but mostly just drinking. I went to St. Lawrence Market a couple of days ago. It's just a beautiful open air market with cheeses, all kinds of meats, and artisanal breads and wine, and just walk around, taste wine and taste dishes people are making.
Amazing. It was really amazing.
Oh, so the bike accident. I was biking along the road there, and I was on this small little bridge over a little bit of a tributary, and a beautiful woman was jogging towards me, soft J. I turned, slightly to my left to look at her backside. This fucking guy on a fixie, he hit me at full speed, lay down, hit the ground. We both hit the ground. We kind of stared at each other like, what the fuck just happened? And then you stand up and check your vitals. The adrenaline kicks in right away. If you just hop on your bike and ride away, all of a sudden you realize that you've got your entire right ass cheek hanging out of your ripped spandex and you're bleeding all over your bike. And that's not a pretty sight. So,
prepare to keep left and continue to follow Highway 400 north.
Bruise on my elbow, hip, really painful, tailbone, road rash, ripped up. But all said and done, at the end of the day, pretty lucky. However, my left front shifter is...
Keep left in 800 yards and continue to follow Highway 400 north.
You know what? Pick your moments. So I have to stay in Toronto one more day because everything's closed today. The bike shops won't open until tomorrow, but I did find a guy. I will have stayed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night, 5 nights in Toronto, which was worth it because I would have really regretted only being here the 2 or 3 nights that I originally planned. The distillery district is amazing. I had an espresso at this guy's shop that he had been working in finance for 20 years and then just decided, you know what, I've always wanted to have my own little espresso shop, and sold everything and opened his own espresso shop, and he works there with his wife and his 2 kids, and he's happy. And those kind of cool stories are really inspiring to me. So Thanksgiving in Canada, bike crash, exploits in Toronto, guy in a Harley Davidson.
Now exit to the right.
And, yeah, life is good. I'll see you later.